August 7, 1942. The Pacific theater of World War II is about to change forever. The U.S. Marines land on a remote, jungle-covered island few had ever heard of, Guadalcanal. Just months earlier, the Allies had gained confidence from their victory on the Kokoda Track. Now, they are determined to break the myth of Japanese invincibility once and for all. No one could have predicted that this small landing operation would escalate into a decisive showdown between Japan and the United States. The battle would rage across land, sea, and sky in an unprecedented clash of forces. At first, the landing seems almost too easy. The Marines encounter little resistance as they come ashore. But the calm is deceptive, the storm is about to break. The Japanese, unwilling to lose their strategic foothold, launch relentless counterattacks. Reinforcements pour in wave after wave. Ferocious nighttime assaults and unceasing air raids turn Guadalcanal into a brutal meat grinder. The Marines, cut off from reinforcements, face dwindling supplies, low ammunition, and an unrelenting enemy. They dig in, determined to hold their ground. Meanwhile, the seas around Guadalcanal erupt into chaos. The naval battle of Guadalcanal becomes one of the most savage confrontations in history. Battleships, cruisers, and destroyers engage in lethal duels under the cover of darkness. Ships vanish in explosions, entire crews perish, and both sides pay a staggering price for control of these treacherous waters. On land, desperation drives the infamous banzai charges, waves of Japanese soldiers hurling themselves into walls of American gunfire. The jungle floor becomes a nightmarish battlefield of blood, steel, and sheer willpower. The cost of every yard gained or lost is measured in human lives. Then, a turning point. The Cactus Air Force, a ragtag but determined group of American pilots, fights tooth and nail for air superiority. With every dogfight won, every bomb dropped, the balance of power shifts. The battle for Henderson Field proves decisive. Air control becomes the key to victory. As the months drag on, the weight of battle takes its toll on Japan. Their losses, men, ships, and aircraft, far exceed those of the Americans. The once unrelenting imperial forces find themselves stretched too thin, unable to sustain the brutal war of attrition. By February 1943, Japan makes a fateful decision: retreat. For the first time in the war, the seemingly unstoppable Imperial Japanese Army is forced to abandon a major offensive. Guadalcanal is lost, and with it, the momentum shifts. Guadalcanal was the turning point. With the island secured, the Americans launch their island-hopping campaign, a relentless march across the Pacific. The Solomons fall, then the Marshall Islands, then the Marianas. The road to Tokyo begins here. Here, on this remote jungle island, the myth of Japanese invincibility was shattered. Over 30,000 lives were lost in the battle. The men who fought there never forgot. And neither should we.